What's going on, YouTube? Reezon out is coming at you today. It is Saturday, and I am coming at y'all. Actually, it's Saturday, November 26th. I'm coming at y'all today with 3 video reviews. I'm gonna just jump right into the first one, y'all. It's been a couple days now, over 10 years since Nintendo's little lunchbox-looking system got on the scene and kicked some serious ass. So, in honor of that, I am reviewing one of the launch games for that generation, for the Nintendo GameCube. One of the most revolutionary games as far as graphics, especially for the time, and today still looks gorgeous. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. What an amazing launch title. I'll never forget Christmas of 2001, I believe it was, when the Cube came out. Getting it for Christmas. I did not get it for launch. My parents bought it for me for launch, but didn't give it to me till Christmas. And they bought me Wave Race Blue Storm and Rogue Leader 2, 2 of the 3 launch games. First thing I did, of course, was I popped in Wave Race, because that's the same thing I did with the 64 when I got it for Christmas when it launched. I put in Wave Race and I was blown away. Same thing with the Cube. But then after I got over Wave Race, I said, all right, let me pop in Star Wars, because I'm a big Star Wars fan. Let me pop in Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader. Graphics that will make your eyelids melt off your face. That's how great these graphics were. I had remember seeing teaser footage of it at the E3 that same year, you know, and they showed the intro cinematic for the first level, the Death Star run, and it looked just like the one in the movie. And I was just like, I can't wait to play this. So I pop it in Christmas morning, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the intro, and I'm watching the cinematics introducing the first level, and I'm just blown away. As soon as the game starts, this was one of those, not the first, but one of the first games that I saw that from cinematic to actual gameplay, there was no change in the graphical engine. There was no decrease in realism. There was no change in the look of the game. It went straight from cinematic to real, like this, and you were in control, and it was amazing. So that's my memories of it when I first got it. Let me just get right into the review, man. First of all, this is the sequel to the smash hit Rogue Squadron on the N64. They waited to bring the sequel out on the GameCube as the GameCube was launching. And like I said, it's called Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader. It's the second installment in the series. There are a total of 3. If you don't count the Episode 1 Battle for Naboo, which ran on the same graphics engine. But as far as Rogue Squadron, this is the second in 3. Hopefully they'll make a 4th. But it's the sequel to the one on the N64. Pretty much the same, and it flies in the exact same vein. It's a vehicle-based shooter. You can call it a combat flight simulator if you like, in the Star Wars universe, where you pilot several crafts from the X-Wing, the A-Wing, the B-Wing, the Y-Wing, with certain codes and certain cheats. You could pilot the Slave One, the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Fighter, even the Naboo Starfighter. Just an amazing roster of vehicles to choose from. Of course, every mission, every level starts you off at the first time you play it with only one craft that you can use. It is the recommended craft for this mission. Once you go ahead and you beat it, there will be a couple of other options that you can go back and play through it with different vehicles and see how they help you get power-ups and things that you might have not found along the way in the first run through. Well, basically, it starts off with the Death Star run, which is the end of A New Hope. Episode 4, where the Rebel Alliance attacks the newly built space station, the Death Star, and you go right to the surface of the Death Star. You get into dogfights with TIE Fighter squadrons, taking out defense towers, and then once you do that, you go into the actual trench for the actual run, just like in the movie. Y'all are Star Wars fans out there, you know what I'm talking about. Accurate, true-to-life realism. Does the film justice with how good the game looks, especially in that area. Couple of different things I want to talk about the controls. The controls, first of all, are phenomenal. The GameCube is one of the best controllers in video game history. I put it right there as my second favorite, right under the N64. I also like the Dreamcast controller and the Xbox, the original Xbox controller, for those of you who think I'm just Nintendo-based. I'm not. But Nintendo just happens to have some of the best controllers ever created. The GameCube controller is perfectly suited for this game, as you would expect, being at a launch game. They designed these first 3 games, Wave Race, Luigi's Mansion, and Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, to be perfect for the new controller. And it is. Smooth, the joystick controls it ever so smoothly, however you want to pilot your craft, up, down, left, right. If you hold the Z trigger when you move to the left or the right, you could do barrel rolls and all that. And it just adds an unprecedented amount of control, degree of control to the game. You got standard controls. Your A button is your blasters. Your B button is your secondary weapon, where it be proton torpedoes or ion cannons or whatever. The X button takes you into first-person view, which gets you in the cockpit, and the cockpit looks amazing. If you go back and watch some of the episode 4, 5, and 6 movies, and you see the inside of the cockpits in certain scenes, the game is true to life. The cockpits, everything, the little switches, the buttons, everything. If you hold Y, it brings out your targeting computer, like in the movie when Luke was going down the Death Star run, and he had his targeting computer on that highlighted the shaft where he had to shoot the missile. Of course, we know he didn't use it. He used the Force, but you know what I'm saying? It has all that stuff. It's all true to life. So the controls are, there's no glitch in the controls, no bugs in the controls. They are perfect. The graphics, as I said before, retina burning, true to life, photorealistic Star Wars graphics. Factor 5 was the studio behind this game, and when Factor 5 worked with Nintendo making games for them, from the original Rogue Squadron to this one, it's always a visual masterpiece, and that's exactly what the game is. There is no pixelation whatsoever. It's 3D. The models are all rendered smoothly. It's not jagged or polygonal like it was on the N64, even though back then that was wonderful. Now, this is so smoothed out. It looks so real. Everything from the way the X-Wings and the ships and everything have their little, you know, their lines and their grooves and all that you would see in the movie. Everything is true to life. Wonderful. The planets, the stars, everything. The worlds are designed perfectly. It really puts you in the Star Wars universe from behind the cockpit of some of your favorite vehicles. So the graphics are spot on, perfect. They could not have been better. They still hold up today. Story, it's a Star Wars story, so automatically it's perfect. Star Wars, basically it's the same thing. You know, you're helping the Rebel Alliance fight the Empire, but you're doing it in a vehicle-based way. Instead of going in on foot or with lightsabers as Jedis and Siths and all that, no, you are the Rebel Alliance. You are pilots in the Rebel Alliance, Wedge Antilles, Luke Skywalker, and you're behind the cockpit of some of the most memorable vehicles in movie history, doing some of the most memorable things. You know, you get to relive the Battle of Hoth, and even better than it was done in the N64. You know, you get to take down the all-terrain armored transports, the Imperial AT-ATs with the harpoon cable and all that, you know, defend Echo Base. You get to go to Yavin 4. You get to go to a couple of deep space missions, like the second level I think is the Nebula, and you go out there into deep space and you're trying to find the convoy and it's been blown to hell and the Empire's there. It's just amazing. You attack Death Stars. You save you know, teams that have been captured. Just so many things that you do in this. The story is wonderful. It's Star Wars. And the fun factor, man, it's just a fun game to play. To this day, I could play it, and without any boredom. It's just amazing, man. So, Star Wars, Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2 on the Nintendo GameCube was an amazing title. That's why I chose to review it in honor of the anniversary of the Nintendo GameCube turning 10, I believe. Just an amazing game, visually to look at, gameplay-wise. They couldn't have picked a better franchise, Star Wars. They couldn't have picked a better system to do it on, a Nintendo system. So it was just wonderful. It was a great launch game, and it really blew everyone away. Even the competitors, Sony, and at that point, I believe Microsoft and even Sega, the Dreamcast had been out a little bit while. They were all just like, "Oh man, look at these graphics! Look what Nintendo and Factor 5 put together." So it was just an amazing experience, man. And here's hoping they make a Rogue Squadron 4 on Wii U, or maybe even the Wii. I don't care, either one. I need a sequel to that system, to that franchise. So yeah, man, if I had to give it a number score, man, easily I give Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader on the GameCube, 10 out of 10. If I had to go any lower, for those people who say I give too many 10s or whatever, okay, 9.5 out of 10, whatever. It's still a phenomenal game. It's great, and it's only for Nintendo GameCube. God bless y'all, and stay gaming. Peace.